Good morning, folks. It's Groundhog's Day, and from what I saw, that damn groundhog saw his shadow. So I guess we have 6 more weeks of winter. Well, this is the Northeast. I expected 6 more weeks of winter. We got another storm watch coming in where I'm at, which is upstate New York. It's currently 33 degrees. Unfortunately, this kind of thing doesn't surprise us anymore. But noon yesterday, there was a shooting in Richfield, Minnesota, near Richfield School District 287. 2 kids were shot, 1 kid died, and 1 kid is in critical fucking condition. In other news, Spirit Airlines are snowflakes among the sky. They made a gentleman who was wearing a nice mask, who covered his whole muzzle, by the way. It just said FJB and Let's Go Brandon on it. So the stewardess made him take it off and stood there until he covered it with the mask that she gave him, which wasn't as thick, by the way, as the mask he was wearing. My internet keeps going in and out today, so I did take my break just a couple minutes early. But, you know, we'll get to Trudeau because I think he deserves his own video. So, KJ banned the Swede today. I can't. Just even going through people that I follow, I'm just finding negativity and no real content. Just video after video after video of why he's being unfollowed. I can't. So, bye. Wish you well. I'll announce my departure on my own page rather than yours, buddy. The dating's just getting old. This Kim Jong-un is old. I guess there's been weight loss and trouble getting upstairs, kind of like the potato and chief that we have. So there's problems with his health, but we knew that, right? They just think they hide stuff from us, and they don't really hide stuff from us. Like, we can read and we can see pictures and shit. It's the age of the internet. Putin broke his silence, and now the Russian troops are at the Ukraine border. All 122 federal prisons are on lockdown because of a fight in one. I guess 2 people died in that fight, but all federal prisons on lockdown. Have an amazing day. Good morning. Cheers. I got 2 words. Black privilege. Loudoun County School District's being dicks again. So Youngkin signed an executive order to keep masks off the kids. And there's the Loudoun County School District has decided that they are going to that they're going to suspend their children until they comply. So a letter was sent home from the school district letting them know that if their kids come unmasked or on a bus unmasked, that they're going to send them home. That's directly against an order from the governor that says that they don't need to mask. So I'm really interested at how this is going to play out. That school district is always under the gun. It hasn't been for good stuff. Let's see how this works out. Loudoun County, Virginia. In the spotlight again. What's Jim gonna do? Apparently not all the kids' parents got the letter. So I don't know how this... Yo, did you all hear about CNN's president? Jeff Zucker? Yeah, there's a lot of fuckery going on over there at CNN. However, he resigned today. He's been friends with a colleague for 20 years that just recently, over COVID, turned romantic, and he didn't disclose it, so he's stepping down. She's keeping her job, apparently. But that's all the news on the stations right now, because it's breaking right this moment. They got fuckers like Stelter, Cuomo, Lemonhead. Some of them still squawking their bullshit up there on CNN. Maybe somebody will take over and actually clean house. We'll see. It's important that you all know that a wandering chicken was caught sneaking around security area at the Pentagon. The Animal Welfare League of Arlington was called, and the chicken was then taken into custody. It is also unclear where the chicken came from or how she got to the Pentagon. Chicken's name is Henny Penny. Carry on. I'll see myself out. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I'm doing well. Thank you. Black Lives Matter is delinquent on financial disclosures. Risks tax-exempt status. California Attorney General warns. An organization that is delinquent or suspended, not in good standing, and is prohibited from engaging in conduct for which its registration is required, including soliciting or distributing charitable funds. To themselves, mind you. That is interesting. So, 10th Ave in Manhattan, lined with police officers for the second funeral. The little, can't say little boy, the young man who was ambushed when he responded to a domestic. For the second time in 5 days, they had to shut down the streets because there were so many people at the cathedral. So at least 30 law enforcement have been shot so far in 2022. That's up 67% from January of 2021. Now, they are not at all being picky. It doesn't matter what the color of the skin is. If you got a uniform on, you're being targeted. Brown, black, white, doesn't matter. Any uniform is under attack nowadays. Two campus officers were shot in Virginia yesterday, I believe. And yet another NYPD officer was shot last night. My internet's out again. Are you kidding me? Off duty in his car while he was on his way to work. I mean, that's just New York. We got Nevada, we got Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Oklahoma, California, Illinois, North Carolina, New Mexico, Montana, Washington State, and also Washington, D.C. I gotta change the subject. The wind in my neighborhood is really bad today. This storm is blowing in, and my internet has been on and off all day. I mean, my connection to work has been not. So, good. I'll be back. All right. We're going to do one more story before I go back and finish the fourth quarter of my workday, which is the last part of my workday. I split it up into 4 quarters, kind of like a football game. You know, break, lunch, break, out. Yeah, anyway. Gotta do what you gotta do to make life interesting, right? Well, I do anyway. So, the lack of steak at a Pennsylvania Golden Corral is what led to dozens of people duking it out at the buffet in a viral video. There were parties waiting for steak in 2 lines, and apparently somebody was being fussy with the steak at the Golden Corral. Fussy about the steak at the Golden Corral, and decided that they somebody was going to say something about it in the back of the line, and apparently they just started to throw bows, and so there was a big brawl in Pennsylvania. Hello. This is the part of the day where I answer a comment and give a little food for thought. So in this one, yeah, I'm freaking blind. Sharon came out and is supporting Whoopi. Well, yes and no. So Sharon Osbourne did break her silence about it because of Whoopi's right to free speech, right? Where her right to free speech, Sharon's right to free speech, was infringed on because she was defending her friend Pierce about racism and that he wasn't a racist. Remember that? Well, just because she defended him, who was an alleged racist, she got canceled. But how are we going to stop this cancel culture, right, if we just keep canceling each other? Like, we can't just outdo the other side all the time. I don't agree with that. Anyway, consider this. Consider if we had a consequence culture, like an actual, like, just happened with Whoopi. Like, yeah, she spit some garbage. She was uneducated. She kind of reeled herself back in. She doubled down on the bullshit. And I still don't think she believes that white skin has different races or ethnicities. I don't think she understands the concept because she's so washed by the left that color is ethnicity or race. And so I think that she has a lot of food for thought. And so she was educated by a Jewish man, a Jewish leader in the community or whatever. Anyway, so this Sharon Osbourne thing, she's not defending Whoopi's ignorant views on race, because she clearly doesn't know there are different races than just black and white and Latino, etc. However, I think Sharon Osbourne is defending her right to free speech, and I kind of do too. I don't think Whoopi should be canceled. But I do think the suspension is worthy because she spoke without knowing about it. She's got a responsibility being on that show to speak facts. Now that's what they need to do going across the line. They can't, just continue. And it's just like any other HR issue. If this happens next time, maybe she needs 3 weeks to a month. Maybe she needs a second warning. And then the third time usually is dismissal. So, I don't agree with the just cancel everybody right away just for regular First Amendment speech. What do you think? Hey, stop for a second. Just a moment. There's been a recall on Wishbone, Thousand Island, and Chunky Blue Cheese dressing. Shipped to retailers nationwide. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, hello, how are you doing? Work is over, 5:03 p.m., 2/2/22. Cheers. Listen, there's a couple things to say in the evening cast of news. Because, in a heavy day of news like we've had, we're going to have some updates. So, let's talk about my favorite person to love to hate is Whoopi Goldberg. Just because I used to be such a big fan, and now she's become such a cuck. So, let's just talk about the fact that she's livid being suspended from The View. She's humiliated after being disciplined, ABC execs, after their advice to apologize for ill-conceived comments. A well-placed insider told The Post. She feels ABC executives mishandled this because she followed their playbook. She went on Late Show with Stephen Colbert and then apologized again on The View the next day. We already know that part, but she's livid and I can't wait. Let's see what happens. And 100 million more people are under weather alerts from New Mexico to Vermont. Hazardous conditions. Be careful, everybody. So remember this morning I said that Russia has kind of moved towards the border a little bit. Well, guess what? Potato in Chief over there said that we're sending 3,000 troops from the Pentagon. Was given the order today. Because why, though? Why? Why is this our business, though? Why? NATO, I get it. Still not our business. And irrelevant actress Susan Sarandon retweets a message comparing cops at the funeral of these boys to fascists. Fascists. She fixed her fucking Twitter fingers to say, so, if all these cops weren't needed for crime that day, does that mean they aren't needed any day? I don't know, Susan. Let's direct them to your neighborhood to find out, shall we? You elitist big mouth piece of garbage, you. You stand on your fucking pedestal and look down at these people like they're not protecting your ass too, you dumb ass. Apparently there was a fertilizer fire. Nearly 6,500 residents were evacuated at Winston Weaver Company fertilizer plant in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Fire began Monday night. Poses a threat as there's a chemical plant. Caused a large explosion. Uh-oh. Another attempted coup in Guinea. Gunfire erupted around a government palace yesterday in what is seen as an attempted coup. It's the fourth time in the last 18 months. Tom Brady made it official that he's retiring after 22 seasons in the NFL. Hi, Tom Brady! I didn't hear about any new bomb threats today from the historical black colleges. And let's see. Pfizer and biotech apply for authorization of the COVID-19 vaccination for under 5. We already know about Boris's Partygate. So, that's an ongoing police investigation. 12 parties are subjected to this investigation. Oh my God, he apologized all over himself. Oh my God. So Joe Rogan apologized, kind of, and said he would seek to add more balance to his show for public comments amid allegations of misinformation when he had a couple people on his show that he was interviewing. It's a podcast. People interview people on a podcast. That doesn't mean that they are promoting all the things that they say on said podcast that they're on. So I'm a little confused, but Spotify's not going to fuck up their deal with Rogan for Joni Mitchell or Neil Young or any other boomer who wants to cancel themselves this week. And the Potato in Chief is relaunching his Moonshot initiative to help cut the cancer death rate. Well, unless he releases you know, the cures that they have that they're not giving out because the big pharma needs all this chemotherapy and radiation money, then I don't know what he means. But bro thinks he's going to end cancer when he can't even stop people from coming across the southern border effectively. Good night.